Hey everyone, this is Fort Manus again. This is my third video in the resources series, and this one is going to be about gems. Gems are the hard resource of the game. They're a little more rare. It's the one that they do their best to get you to spend money on. You can see some of the prices here. I guess you can buy the gold, but gold is so easy to come by. I think really it's the gems that most people are tempted to spend money on. And also, if you go back and watch my first video in this series on the gift system and having friends to exchange gifts with, gold just shouldn't be a problem for you anymore. Gems, on the other hand, they're something that I didn't really understand as much in the beginning of the game, but learning everything that I have throughout the time I've been playing, I think I've kind of got a better idea of better ways to get the most use out of them. I'm going to show you some of the ways you can spend them that are maybe not the best, and then at the end I will show you what I recommend for you as far as getting the most bang for your buck. Now, in my second video I talked about parts, and I did the math on this, so I won't go into it here, but the two parts you see that I can pay money for, the bolt and the blueprints, I could spend 30 gems a piece for, and what that'll do, I mean, you probably are fully aware now that paying for an upgrade that you don't have the parts for just costs you more in gold than if you had all the parts. But because of the player versus player chip shop, and because of the fact that you can compare how much gold you can purchase with those chips to how many gems you can purchase with those chips, if you're looking at a higher level upgrade or any substantial upgrade, what you will find is if you do the math, you're actually better off to buy extra gold and just pay the higher price for the upgrade than to spend the gems on the part. Again, if you watch that video, I actually break down the math on that, but this is not an area where I would advise you to spend your gems. Another one that they tempt you with is on these higher level upgrades where you sometimes have to wait 100+ hours, or even 48 hours might seem like a long time. You can always pay gems to speed up or basically just bypass the upgrade time. On that, my recommendation is just be patient. What I do when I play is I try to earn at least one upgrade a day by grinding through to get parts and by using the gift system to get enough gold, and I'm typically pretty successful at that. So if it takes 5 days for an upgrade to complete, and if I buy one upgrade a day, then what that means is the upgrade that I buy today, I might have to wait 5 days for that upgrade, but the upgrade that I bought 5 days ago is going to complete today. So if you're buying one a day, one completes each day. It really doesn't feel like you're necessarily waiting 5 days for an upgrade because you've got other stuff coming in. So if you get that little train going, and once you get it going, if you maintain it, then it really doesn't feel like you're having to wait all that long for parts, and you can definitely save yourself some gems by just being patient there. Let's see. So another area that I used to spend a lot of gems on actually is the slot machine. When I started playing early on, and when I was in the lower levels, the slot machine was really my main way of getting gold. I was grinding through and just trying to get as many spins as I could, so I was paying. Sometimes I would pay for the new task, like you can see here, if I would get stuck on something, and then other times I would just pay to bypass the cooldown period. But because of the gift system being introduced, and because I get so much gold that way, the slot machine has kind of slid down in importance to me. And I also have managed to shorten the cooldown time in a different way that I'll show you later. So I don't spend my gems here anymore either. And I guess really the loot wheel and bananas. I'll show you bananas real quick. So bananas, I would say, are pretty much a complete waste of gems. If you have a mission where you have to race somebody, yeah, you can see right there, it's already asking me, because I've failed this one a few times on purpose, but banana time, you can pay 30 gems to sabotage your opponent. But I mean, honestly, if you're playing this game, if you want to be good at it, if you actually want to develop the skill and be a decent player, this is just a waste of money. You should focus on increasing your skill and upgrading your bikes. And sometimes, no matter how much skill you have to have the right level of bike. So sometimes on these missions, if you can't win, just be patient, leave them alone for a couple of days, focus on grinding through other levels and getting your bikes upgraded, and then come back to it after you have the right upgrades for your bike. Let's go ahead and complete this one so we can get to the loot wheel. By the way, I think this is the first actual gameplay footage I've shown in any of my videos. I hope to be doing more of that in the future. I just wanted to get the resource stuff out of the way because I figured for a new player that it would be important to just kind of give you a little guidance on how to get the most bang for your resources. The loot wheel, we've got on the wheel the 6 gems. Normally that would be 5, since this is normally the amount of gems is equal to the cost you paid in gas to play the level. I've actually got an upgrade that I'll show you later that makes for the extra, the 6 instead of 5 that you see there. Also, let's see, I'm going to click on the blueprints, see how much that expands. That is something gem related that I will show you later. So I'll spin, and I didn't win a gem, didn't win any gems. That kind of happens rarely for me since you only get 1 slot on the wheel. You can see though in the center of the wheel I could actually spend 2 gems to spin again. Now this is something that I'll say that maybe sometimes you'll want to do this, particularly in the lower levels. If you're on a mission and say you're about to level up and you're out of gas and your option is either, particularly on the missions where you have to like get candy or something special on the loot wheel to complete the mission. If you're like really close to leveling up and you spent your last bit of fuel to play the level and you spin and you miss that special item and you've got the gems and you know that like if I just spin again and get it, I'm going to level up and get a full fuel tank and get to play some more, maybe it's worth it then. The rest of the time, no, just start over, play the level. And for me, particularly at where I'm at now, with a 50 fuel capacity, and then with the gift system I've got 65 fuel, which is more than my capacity anyway. For me, it's not really any trouble anymore to just play the level again and spin again. And that, plus I've also gotten to where I can generally have a pretty good shot of getting what I want to get on the loot wheel if it's at least, like over an eighth of a pie slice, I guess, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, these days I just play again. But at the certain, earlier on, if it helps you level up and play some more in a given session, it may be worth it to do it. So let's see, we've talked about parts, upgrade time, the wheel, banana peels. Oh yeah, the one thing I forgot to mention, and the reason I forgot to mention it is because I don't even think of it, it's so far down in importance for me. Paint jobs. Some of these bikes have paint jobs that you can pay gems for, completely cosmetic, and honestly I could care less about that. There's just no way I'm ever going to spend gems on that. Not unless for some reason I've spent them on everything else worthwhile in the game, and I just have them stacking up. That's the only reason I ever see myself doing that. So that brings me to now my recommendation, and this is something I wish I had known about earlier in the game, so I hope I save some of you a little bit of trouble by pointing this out now. When you go to the Home Shack and you see all these outfits, these, again, you know, when I was first learning the game, I just saw them as a cosmetic only thing, because like this one here, you know, I can pay 75 gems to have this outfit, and it's purely cosmetic, and I just don't care. It's not something I'm going to spend resources on. The thing that I didn't know about until much more recently is that some of these outfits have abilities, like this guy here. The Enforcer comes with an outfit bonus that increases section growth when tapping the loot wheel. And earlier in the video, when I did that, if it looked like it expanded more than you thought it would have, it's because of this suit right here. I think this particular one didn't actually cost any gems at all. It just had the challenges you had to complete. Beat a ghost. Let's see, two different, I guess maybe that says times or something. And then for the helmet, I had to beat a ghost 10 different times. So this one is earned purely by tasks. Some of them you can just flat out pay for, but most of the ones that came with abilities also came with tasks. Like the Platinum Knight here, you actually, the tasks are to get platinum medals. So if you look at the helmet cost right now, it's 302, which is pretty expensive, but also notice that I've only completed 64 of the 75 platinum medals for the challenge. Watch again closely when I click on him, see how it starts at 2,000 and then reduces. So each new platinum medal I get is going to reduce that price even more, and I think when I've got all 75 it may reduce it down to 50 or maybe 40. I'm guessing 50 because the pants cost 10 gems, the shirt costs 30, so 50 seems like maybe it would be the next number. Now this guy's ability is speed up fuel refill by 33%, so that means basically I'll earn fuel every 2 minutes instead of every 3 minutes. So that's pretty significant, and that's something that I want. And here's like this guy here, 10% speed up on bike upgrades, 50% more coins per checkpoint. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in here. If you get in here and look, let's see, I think this is one of the first ones I got. The Priest gives you +1 gems when landing on the loot wheel. That I showed you that earlier. I haven't gotten to use this guy's ability as much as I would like because I'm generally trying to spend for parts, but the reason that my recommendation is to spend your money on these guys is because the effects that you get from them are permanent, whereas all the other things, if you buy a part for one upgrade, I mean, you're just basically trading it for a little bit of time. Or if you speed up an upgrade, you're just trading your gems for a tiny little advantage in time that's going to diminish whenever you got to turn right back around again and do another upgrade or get another part. But these suits, on the other hand, with the abilities, I mean, these abilities are permanent. They benefit you for the rest of the time you play. So I really think that is the best place to focus your efforts on. So that's all I got for this one. Be sure and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Give me comments if you have any questions on anything I talked about, or if there's anything you would like to see from me in the future. I'm going to try to get into more gameplay videos soon, as soon as I can wrap up the resources. But thanks for watching. We'll see you guys again soon.